Hello and welcome, volleyball fans, to the Gallogly Event Center. Tonight's matchup is featuring the South Dakota Mine Hardrockers. They come into tonight 6-2 on the season, which is good enough for second in the RMAC. UCCS has the opposite record. They're 2-6, and they're 10th in RMAC right now. So it should be an interesting matchup. It's still really early in the season. Don't really know how much that record plays in to what will happen tonight, but we do have some interesting stats from those first 8 games. Just some key players to highlight for your Mountain Lions that will get announced here in just a second. Senior middle blocker Nicole Medlin leads the team in points and blocks, whereas graduate outside hitter Lauren Shockley leads the team in kills. And sophomore libero Mackenzie Ransom leads the Mountain Lions in digs and aces. We'll get these players announced here in just a second. So this first player here is Joey Barella. She's been starting setting for the team. If you tuned in last weekend over the Volleyball Classic Invitational we had, Joey was setting for the team the whole weekend. We got a little bit of Mitrovic in there as well, but we'll see how that progresses tonight, if they go back to that 6-2 or we switch setters up or not. Just announced there Sydney Walker, freshman outside hitter, who has been heavily featured in the Mountain Lions rotation so far. And number 11, Reagan Emery, who's been playing right side for the team. And then there's Mackenzie Ransom, the libero I mentioned, that leads the team in both digs and aces. And then Lauren Shockley is about to be announced here, and she leads the team in kills. Hopefully a big night from these players tonight, as the team has really shifted around the lineup, going with different rotations, different players at different positions, different serve receive alignments. We'll see if that solidifies tonight, or if they'll just go with what they had last weekend. A couple of things to mention about South Dakota Mines. As I mentioned, they're currently ranked number 2 in the RMAC, and they also currently lead the RMAC in 6 different categories. Points per set, opponent hitting percentage, opponent kills, opponent services per set, service aces per set, and then digs per set, and service aces per set. Really, all that word jumble that I just spat out means to me that Hardrockers have a strong defense. They're limiting their opponent hitting percentage with a ton of digs, 17.85 a set. And then they're 5th in the RMAC in blocks as well, with 1.7 per set. Also, from the service line, their statistics are just absurd right now. They are 2.7 aces per set right now, which is nearly 1 more ace per set than anybody else in the RMAC at this point in the season. And they have 5 players in the RMAC top 15 in this category alone, which is pretty incredible. So just Hardrockers with that are up on that aces chart: Hannah Ben-Ace, Josie Wickerham, Rachel Mao, Kara Walsh, and Emma Grimm. When I mentioned that Mackenzie Ransom was leading the Mountain Lions in aces, she's 14th on that list. So she's there with these 5 players, but to have 5 players there and have 2 players in the top 5, that's just incredible. So we'll see how that plays out tonight, if the Hardrockers can continue that strong service and strong defense, or if the Mountain Lions will be up to the challenge. So starting us out, Joey Barella will serve from that 1 position. Mackenzie Ransom just not quite able to get there, and the first point will go away of the Hardrockers. That's Alessandra Mioni, who leads the Hardrockers in points. She's also 5th in the RMAC in points per set with 3.9, and she's 4th in the RMAC in kills per set and 4th in hitting percentage. We'll be calling her name a lot because we got a service error there, and Lauren Shockley will go back to serve for the Mountain Lions. And that swing out of bounds and a point for the Mountain Lions. So 1 kill, 1 error there for Mione. But as you can see, that Hardrockers featuring her heavily. Both points, both sets going right to her. They go to her a third time. As Julia Geiger just misses that one. Love to see the middle in transition. I talk about it all the time. It can be a very deadly option when you have a kind of a free ball like that. So we'll see how that develops across the course of the night. Big swing out of the middle and a kill for the Hardrockers. That's number 14, Carol Walsh. And Bennis will serve again. Back and forth we go here on the early part of the set. Love to see the back and forth. Hate it when the team goes on a streak to start the match. Bennis with a dig and another diving dig. A free ball here for the Mountain Lions though. And that swing just out of bounds. So here's that formula I talked about at the beginning of the game that we see in the box score, right? Tough serving from the service line and then good blocking and good defense. A couple of diving digs to keep that ball alive for the Hardrockers. Oh, and there's that ace. Bennis, just, what's that, 3 points now from the inline? And of course the ace celebration from the bench. Love to see it. Keeps that energy for the team. Mountain Lions get a break there. Don't have to pass the tough service, but that's also a side effect of the tough serving. Sometimes you're gonna have an error. So Mountain Lions finally get that side out, and Julia Geiger with her first serve of the evening. First 8 games have called them on this rotation all season long, but here we are. All right, Geiger to serve. Good dig there from Barella. Oh, and that's too much for Bennis to handle, and Mal can't track it down either. So point for the Mountain Lions, and we're back at it, tied 5-5. Geiger still serving. Hardrockers may be thrown off a bit by this new serve receive that they are forced into based on that call. And that serve just long. I'll look at a sub here for the Hardrockers as number 15. Josie Wickerman checks in. So Wickersham will serve here for the Hardrockers. And they go right to Nicole Medlin. She gets the big kill. Put that one on the highlight reel, and you see why Nicole Medlin is leading the Mountain Lions in points right now. All right, so Reagan Emery goes back to serve. We have front row setter here for the Hardrockers. They're stacked to the bottom of your screen. And that will be a net violation on the setter. So Kylie Metziger will get her first error. Oh, and a great serve from Emery. Nets the ace on the libero. And a big point for the Mountain Lions here early in the first set. What a read from middle blocker Kira Walsh to get the kill. So that pass is a little off the net. They're pushed to the left side as well. And So it's not like the best swing you're going to get. You got a double block up there, but because they're pushed to the left, it opens up that other side of the court. Tips there, nobody home. Point for the Hardrockers and a side out for them. As that serve goes long by Emma Grimm. Sydney Walker will serve for the Mountain Lions. We have a split attack here for the Hardrockers on the other side of the net. Well, and that set just maybe a little too tight as Jenna Curtis is unable to corral that one in, and another point here for the Mountain Lions. There's that tip again, same play, Mackenzie Ransom all over it this time. And that swing from Curtis goes long, and another point for the Mountain Lions as they have put together a 4-point lead. And we'll get our first timeout of the evening. The Hardrockers taking their first timeout here in set number 1. As I just mentioned, Mountain Lions out to a 4-point lead. This is that streak that coaches are always going to try to stop. You get a server back there just chunking off a few points. So we'll see how that progresses. Good start here for the Mountain Lions, I would say. Just really putting together a solid first few points. Looking at some stats here, the hitting percentage for the Hardrockers right now is negative 100, as they have 4 attack errors and only 3 kills. Mountain Lions, unfortunately, though, not much better. They're hitting 0 right now. They have 2 kills and 2 errors, so still really early. It kind of skews those stats, but that 4 attack errors off of 11 points for the Mountain Lions, that's the lead, right? Like that's the difference. So we'll see if the Hardrockers can kind of adjust moving forward. So out of timeout, we have Sydney Walker to serve. Hardrockers in that same serve-receive rotation. And that's a big swing from Curtis, but it hits the pin and is out of bounds. So right out of the timeout, Mountain Lions get the point. So that momentum swing that usually you're looking for does not happen for the Hardrockers. And Walsh gets them out of that rotation. We'll see another sub here for South Dakota Mines as number 11, Annalise Larson, comes in. So changing of the middles. So Walsh back to serve, Larson in the front row. The Mountain Lions now have that front row setter with a split attack. Good up there from Curtis to keep that one alive. Just a free ball here for the Mountain Lions. They go right back to Medlin. Oh, and that one's just out of bounds. Good swing, but a little wide. And Walsh will serve again. For these, the service aces, Walsh is ranked 9th right now in the RMAC in service aces. And here she gets another one. Unfortunately, right on cue. The bottom dropped right out of it, right in front of Mackenzie Ransom. And that seems to be the bread and butter here for South Dakota Mines. Tough serving helps set up their entire defense. Oh, great dig from the middle. Oh, another good touch from the middle to keep this play alive. Walsh with 2 digs. Oh, unable to get that one, though, as Joey Barella says, enough is enough. I'm going to do this on my own. The setter dump successful there. All right, so now switching sides, Mackenzie Ransom for the Mountain Lions to serve. Great touch there from Walker. Mountain Lions able to keep this alive, but it's a free ball here for the Hardrockers. Setter dump not going to work this time. Little back and forth at the net. And this time it's Annalise Larson with the kill. A sub here for the Hardrockers as number 5, Alessandra Mioni, checks in. And then we'll have Metzger to serve. Julia Geiger with the big swing on the step out. Nets the side out for the Mountain Lions. Great pass there from Sydney Walker and serve receive to set up that play. And then that will be that for the front row setter in this part of the rotation as Joey Brilla now goes back to serve. So both setters are back row. Great swing there. Number 4, Jenna Curtis getting the kill. Just a kind of an off-speed shot, getting that inside hand of Julia Geiger and down for the kill. Now Rachel Mao will serve for the Hardrockers. Mountain Lions now with that back row setter. 3 hitting options. To go back to Shockley. Oh, great dig from Bennis. And just like we saw from Curtis, Emery gets a similar swing, a little off-speed shot on the inside hand of the middle blocker and down for a kill. Mountain Lions just kind of maintaining this 2 to 3 point lead here west in this middle part of the set. Lauren Shockley to serve. Oh, and that is called in. We might get a challenge. Here comes our first challenge of the evening. And then we'll see if this ball was in or not. We'll have the down ref look at a monitor for a little bit. We get a pseudo timeout between these two teams. Last time we had a timeout, it was a 4 point lead for the Mountain Lions. This time, potentially the same, depending on if the call stands or not. So we'll see how this plays out. I don't want to announce or curse it, so I won't actually comment on what I think the call is right now. Just to look at some more stats as I pull them up here. Just curious how these teams have adjusted since we last talked about it. So from 4 errors to 5 for the Hardrocker on the, so they're now positive at least. They're hitting .05 percentage, which is still pretty bad. Mountain Lions still not that far behind them, hitting 111. And they still have 3 hitting errors. Nobody's netted a block stat just yet. But we do have quite a few aces, 2 for the Hardrockers and 3 for the Mountain Lions. If you guys are watching this on GoMountainLion.com, if you exit full screen, just scroll down. There's a ton of stats there. You can check out player stats, team stats. It's all there at your fingertips. Just looking at some individual leaders real quick. The points leader for the game so far is Kira Walsh. The middle blocker for the Hardrockers, she has 4 points. And then Reagan Emery for the Mountain Lions has 3. Still super early on. We'll see how these stats change, but out of that we'll get the call standing as the line judge called it, and Mountain Lions will maintain that point as Shockley will serve again. Good tough serve. Great play at the net there from Geiger. Oh, and a big swing down the line. That's number 9, Paisley Gibson with the kill. Seeing that double block and turning it away, a little spot that the Mountain Lions gave her, taking full advantage of it and hitting in that deep corner. There's so many kills in the corners if you can just get it there. All right, so Bennis will serve. Oh, and a huge block here from the Hardrockers. That's Mioni and Walsh combining for the stop. powers that one through the block, down for the kill. We'll get Nicole Medlin to check back in front row for the Mountain Lions, which of course means Julia Geiger is back to serve. We'll see here in just a moment. We have 3 hitters here. Setter still back row for the Hardrocker offense. And that one is long. Point to South Dakota Mines. So we'll have Josie Wickersham check in for the Hardrockers. She'll be our next server. Mountain Lions are stacked to the top of your screen. Little bunch there with Emery out on the other pin. Ooh, tough pass, just a high ball to Walker. She takes a big swing though, and it bounces around a little scorpion kick and down for the point for the Mountain Lions. Emery back to serve, which puts Walker now, or excuse me, Joey Barella now in the front row. So we'll have a front row setter here for the Mountain Lions and the Hardrockers. Oh, big block. Great effort here from the Hardrockers. Keep this ball alive. And Nicole Medlin splits the block there, hitting it straight down that seam. Another big point here for the Mountain Lions as they, once again, we get our next time out, and there's that 4-point lead. As you know, we fluctuate from a 2 to 3 point lead, now back to 4. So we'll get that timeout here from South Dakota Mines. Mountain Lions looking in a good position here at the later part of the first set. We'll see how they come out of this timeout. A lot of teams will change up the serve receive, which I think is something that the Hardrockers are probably talking about right now. That serve receive, they're not getting their passes up to the net to really be able to run that offense just yet. So they could maybe put another passer back there, maybe switch people out, swing. Maybe they'll be able to net a good pass and then be able to run that offense and get this side out. That does bring me to a point where I don't believe I've called Alessandra Mione's name since the opening, what was it, 3 or 4 sets she got in the row? She got that block, but I'm not sure if they've set her since then, so that might be the play out of the timeout. Just feed the beast. Go to your tried and true kill getter, point scorer. Of course I say that, and they're not in a rotation where she's in the front row, so forget that. So stack bottom of the screen here for the Hardrockers. They did not change their lineup. But there you go. That's what coaches, that's what they can do for you. They can call the timeout, ice the server, get the point. We'll have a double sub here, though, as Emma Grimm comes in to play back row and serve, and Jenna Curtis comes in to play front row for the Hardrockers. Nicole Medlin with a big swing on the slide. Powers it through a double block and gets the kill. Sydney Walker back to serve, which puts Lauren Shockley in the front row for the Mountain Lions. Still have a front row setter for both sides. Split hit for the Hardrockers. There's a little trouble from that serve receive, and that swing is long. And another point for the Mountain Lions as they now take a 5-point lead as they cruise into this later part of the set, looking to go up 1-0. Walker to serve again. Great tough serve. Little miscommunication there. And the ball is down. Another point for the Mountain Lions, and they continue to add to that lead. Opening set. Catch a break here as Walker sends that one deep. We'll see Larson come in front row for South Dakota Mines, and Walsh back to serve. Now the Mountain Lions are in a similar rotation we just saw from Mines, as front row hands and split hit. Good pass pass here from Walker. Nicole Medlin. It's better to be lucky than good sometimes. She sees the opening down the line, hits it right into the tape, and it just trickles over for the kill. Mountain Lions looking to push two with a strong lead. And Mackenzie Ransom, their ace leader for the team right now. Back to serve. Oh, that is unplayable. And the Mountain Lions are looking at their first set point of the night. Oh, that one well long. Point for the Hardrockers. They stay alive for another point. Mountain Lions will still have a few more chances at this as Mioni checks in for the Hardrockers and Mesger to serve. Great pass from Walker. Inside to Shockley. Bennis all over it though. Shockley gets a dig. Just a free ball here. Setter dump covered by Ransom. Little play at the net. Shockley with a tough swing. And Larson with the kill after that long rally. Another big point there and some momentum for South Dakota Mines. Metzger to serve again. Mountain Lions still just looking for that 1 point to close out this set. Good up from Metzger. On that swing high off the hands, and there Mioni gets the kill. Now we're gonna get a timeout from the Mountain Lions. A few points in a row. Scored, just tallied off for the Rockers, and Coach Hiddle says enough is enough there. We want to stay in control of this one. Mountain Lions still have, 3 more shots at closing out the set. They just need one side out. All right, so an interesting set, I would say, in the set number 1. A little more hitting errors than I would have anticipated. But 4 aces for the Mountain Lions. And a stat that we don't actually have is, some of those passes are way off the net. You don't get a good swing on. Seen plenty of those as well, as that serve receive has just been a pain point here for South Dakota Mines. All right, 20 serving 24 out of this timeout. Metzger to serve for the Hardrockers. Mountain Lions looking for 1 point. Joey Barella's front row. She has a stack to the top of your screen. She has Shockley and Geiger as options. Good block there at the net. Back to Shockley though. And touched by Larson, they're saying, so play still alive. Tip to the deep corner. We're gonna get a free ball here for the Mountain Lions. They run the step out. Great tip. Great block there from Larson. What a rally from both teams. Another block from Larson. High ball here to Mioni. She's gonna roll it. Players colliding. A free ball here for the Hardrockers. Great dig from Emery. Barella dumps it. Oh, they keep it alive somehow. Oh, Julia Geiger puts that one in the net. And the Hardrockers stay alive out of this timeout. The building gets a little loud after that display from both teams. Mountain Lions still have 2 shots to close out the set before we get into a juice scenario. Oh, that's a huge dig. Oh, just not enough. Great touch, though, from Emma Grimm, almost keeping that alive. Mountain Lions find the point they were looking for. Close out the set, 25-21 to go up 1-0 And hopefully we can get more rallies like that long one there towards the end. Make this an exciting night. All right, so set number 1 goes the way of the Mountain Lions. They did give up a ton of points here for Hardrockers at the end and really carry over some of that momentum that they had into set number 2. I always like to harp on that for the teams. It doesn't matter that you're down 18-24. You know, do your best, try to get a few points. At the end, you can carry that momentum. You can see that success. It's kind of like in basketball. You just seeing that shot go in, just seeing the ball fall through the net. That can be all that you need to get going. So I think the Hardrockers did that at the end of that set. I think that they were able to see the ball go in, kind of, right? They get a couple of plays, get a couple swings off, and they can use that. They can use that momentum and carry it into set number 2 as they are able to find some success. Just looking at some stats real quick. We have 1 block had a tallied in the opening set, and that was there for South Dakota Mines, that block between Meone and Walsh. That's the only one we've got. I'm kind of shocked to see that. Both teams blocked pretty well. They were in the right places throughout that first set, and statistically through the first 8 games have done well in that category. As looking at RMAC play, right, we have Nicole Medlin as the 5th highest blocker in the RMAC with almost a block per set, and then Walsh at 7th with very similar, really close to 1 block per set. And then the team's ranking as well. We have South Dakota Mines as the 5th ranked blocking team in the RMAC with 1.74. So I'm kind of shocked to see that stat. Maybe we'll see it here in the other sets play out. Maybe the scouting report, both teams are just kind of aware of that from each other and are swinging accordingly, trying to maybe not go for a big bounce and risk getting blocked, but go for a roll shot or a tip or something. Avoid the error. But I don't know. We'll see how that one plays out. Really interested to see if Mines can keep that momentum from the end of set number 1 and use it here at the beginning of set number 2, or if the Mountain Lions recognize that and maybe they'll come out hot. Looks like there is no change to the lineups. Both teams starting in 1. Same personnel out on the court right now. So both teams willing to just kind of roll with this and see what kind of plays they can come out into set number 2. This down ref's taking a little longer than I like. Come on, guys, let's get some action back here. Kira Walsh still leads all point getters in this match. She has 4.5. Nicole Medlin and Reagan Emery have 4 apiece for the Mountain Lions. So those are your points leaders so far. Let's get some defensive specialists on here as well, as Hannah Bennis has 7 digs and Mackenzie Ransom has 5 to lead their teams respectively. Shockley with a big swing off the right side. Good dig there from Walker. Oh, and Geiger puts that one out. And we'll get the first point of the match, set number 2 coming on an error. And it will go the way of South Dakota Mines, as Metzger will serve here. Walker with a good pass out to Emery, denied at the net. And there's that block we've been looking for. You see Meone and Larson combining on the stuff. So Metzger will serve again. Mountain Lions back row setter, 3 hitters. And Emery finding success that time. She goes from an angle shot to a line shot, gets the tool off the block, and kind of fixing that error from the last play. All right, Lauren Shockley now back to serve for the Mountain Lions. Oh, we got a ball on the court, so we'll get a quick play. The ball rotation here for softball. You didn't think that you could get called out tonight, but there you go. If you get a ball to roll on the court, we'll have to call you out. Good block at the net there. Little back and forth, just a free ball here for the Hardrockers. Meone denied. Huge block from Julia Geiger and Sydney Walker. And now both teams getting in on the action. A little too early to call it a block party, but I really want to. It was a great block from Geiger. She looked like she might have been a little late, but really close and pressed over. Oh, as we get an ace from Shockley on the Mountain Lions take the 1-point lead here in the early part of set number 2. Oh, great touch from Ransom, but it's just put away at the net. That's Jenna Curtis with the kill. We'll see Rachel Mao check in for the Hardrockers, go back to serve. We still have 3 hitters and a back row setter for the Mountain Lions. We have Geiger, Emery, and Walker available. High ball here to Meone. She goes with the roll shot. Emery's all over it. Emery with another cover. And Gibson puts that one away. She had a free net and a free swing. So Mao will serve again, and maybe the start of a little run here for the Hardrockers. Oh, and the tip from Geiger out of the middle gets the job done. We'll see an exchange here of middles. Nicole Medlid checks in for the Mountain Lions. Geiger back to serve. I used to love this as a player. If you get a kill right at the net and then you go back in that part of the rotation to serve, you can kind of bring some of that energy from your success in the front row to the service line. Great diving touch from Shockley. Oh, what a tip there from Meone. She gets the big swing into the cross court. Is Doug, gets the second shot, just goes with the tip. Show the defense something a little different. So you see Bennis there to serve. Good tough serve there. Great pass from Shockley. They run the 31. Mao all over it though. Great dig. Free ball though for the Mountain Lions. High to the outside. Great up from Metzger, just pushing it over. Mountain Lions with another chance. Ooh, Walker did a great job keeping that ball in play. Great block at the net. And Meone with a big swing down the line. And that was another one of those long rallies I was talking about towards the end of the first set. Gets people pumped, gets the crowd a little loud. And we now have a 2-point lead for the Hardrockers. Walker with a great swing off that set, and she does get the kill. Mackenzie Ransom did keep that set kind of in tempo. It was off the net more than you would see if you had a good pass and it went to the setter, but they really kept that as like a tempo set instead of a high ball. I think that played into some of the success there on that swing for Walker. So you see Regan Emery to serve. Oh, great serve, just clips the net. Bennis all over that tip. And Gibson puts that into the net. She looks really like she didn't get a full approach off the net, had to turn around real quick and kind of gather quickly. So a point there for the Mountain Lions, and we're back to tied 6-6. Emery to serve again. Great touch from Emery. Using the middle in transition, Metzger with the gator again. Oh, she's all over Medlin with two. Oh, no. The players definitely want that one back. Little miscommunication, my ball, you go type of situation. Mountain Lions, of course, benefit from it. Good tough serve there from Emery. High ball out to Gibson. Walker covers the roll. Denied at the net. Gibson might not have got the kill, but she gets the block. And the Hardrockers side out. And we'll tied up at 7 as Wicksham comes in to serve for the Hardrockers. Which puts Metzger, their setter, front row. As Nicole Medlin takes a little off that swing, but still able to find the court and the kill. Point for UCCS. Now we'll see Sydney Walker from the service line. The setter dump is covered by Ransom. Good dig there from Bennis. And a big swing from Gibson gets the tool. And back and forth we go here in set number 2. Double sub here for South Dakota Mines. Jenna Curtis checks in, and number 19 there on your screen, Emma Grimm. Big swing from Shockley, covered though. Grimm with the dig. Over on 2, not enough though. Free ball here for the Mountain Lions to get another shot at it. Oh, great up that ball. Is called as a lift though, just kind of sat in her lap as the reaction, so they called the carry. Another shot for the Mountain Lions to side out. Julia Geiger gets the job done, just a high heart swing off the top of the block. So instead of the challenge, they just get the job done themselves. Joey Barella is back to serve for the Mountain Lions. Good pass here, setter dumps again. Walker over that one. Geiger denied at the net. Oh, and a point for the Hardrockers. Big block there from Larson. Looks like Ransom had the coverage, just was unable to really get it to a teammate. So we get Mione to check in front row for the Hardrockers and Metzger to serve. So that's their setter. She'll be back row. So the 3 options though, with Mione in the front row, they saw a lot of success last time in this part of the rotation. See if they can replicate that again. And that's a huge block on the outside, covering that tip. Jenna Curtis combining with Annalise Larson for the block. We had to fill out the stat column on the block sheet because I mentioned it in between sets. Had a quota to hit. Shockley with a really strange approach there, but it worked. She kind of came inside the court and stopped it and then went with almost like a slide approach as she kind of slowed down her approach. Maybe she thought the set was coming a little quicker or something, but gets the job done. Way to adjust to that set. Oh, nobody home. What a set from Metzger and Larson. Just enough of a decoy to get both blockers in the air and a free swing there for Gibson, and she does her job and puts that ball away down the line. As you see Rachel Mao check in, server for the Hardrockers. Good pass here from Ransom. And Walker with a good high rip, hits that deep part of the court, nets the kill. Nicole Medlin checks in, you see there, the front row for Mountain Lions. Julia Geiger back to serve. All 3 hitters still for the Hardrockers. And we're tied 12-12. What a serve from Julia Geiger. From one corner where she was serving to the opposite corner. Just hits those high hands of the libero. That's a tough pass. Even if she's able to get her hands really around it, she has to push it all the way to the front of the net. So great serve there from Geiger. Point advantage for the Mountain Lions. Good touch there from Medlin. Mao gets the dig on that side. Medlin with another touch in the middle. And they're saying that's 4 attacks. Emery and Medlin did not touch it, hits the net. So a hitting error and a point for the Mountain Lions as they go up 2 now. Great serve there from Geiger. Back to Mione. Oh, did that touch her? It did not. A good block there from Walker, but not enough. And a kill there for Mione to get the side out. Libero Benes back to serve for the Hardrockers. Mountain Lions also have a back row setter, 3 hits in this rotation. Good pass, a little off there from Walker. Free ball here for the Hardrockers. Oh, right to the setter though, setter out. Good cover there from Ransom. As Medlin, that one goes long on her sails just a little bit, and the Hardrockers get another point. Venice to serve again, and we're back to being tied up. Some great back and forth between these two teams. No one's taken timeout yet. 28 points deep into this one. Oh, great serve. Ransom's able to cover that hit though, and Emery puts it away. Mountain Lions finding success in unlikely places. So Emery now, she gets that advantage. Kill off the right side, comes back to serve. Last time she was back here, she was able to tally off a few points in a row. See if she can replicate that success. Shockley with a good dig here. Free ball coming for the Hardrockers though. Another dig for Shockley. Bennett gets in on the action with a dig of her own. Now Emery as well. Great. Oh, Ransom with the diving coverage, but not enough. And Walsh with the block gets the job done for the Hardrockers. We'll see Wickersham come in to the game for the Hardrockers. Back to serve. Game still tied. The setters are now front row, so we'll see some setter dumps, I'm sure. Ooh, tough pass there. Nobody home for the Mountain Lions, so an ace serve for Wickersham. Josie Wickersham is one of those 5 players I mentioned in the top 15 in the RMAC in the category for aces. She is 4th right now in the RMAC, so adding to that tally as we see Nicole Medlin get that back one ball and just powers it through the double block. Hardrockers are really, I think, onto these middles here from UCCS. They usually get 2 blockers, maybe 1.5 each swing, so tough swing here for the middles. As Gibson puts that one into the antenna. And we'll go with the advantage towards the Mountain Lions for now. As we're just flying through the second set. Once again, no timeouts. Picked up the challenge card. Walker to serve. Another big point for the Mountain Lions, and there's that timeout that I've been a close game and lots of great back and forth like I've mentioned. Pull up my stats as we get into this timeout. These hitting percentages are still pretty rough. Both teams not hitting very well. We have 10 attack errors for the Hardrockers and 12 for the Mountain Lions. Of course, part of that is those blocks that I've been harping on this whole second set. So 6 blocks for the Hardrockers now and 1 for the Mountain Lions. I mean, that's a huge disparity, but that is absolutely playing a factor in those attack errors there for the Mountain Lions, where they have 12. So half their attack errors coming on, just getting stuffed at the net. So the Hardrockers really kind of leaning into that defensive game. 6 blocks, 37 digs. Mountain Lions have 34 digs. Hitting percentages are 108 for the Mountain Lions and 88 for the Hardrockers. So hovering right around 100 for each, which isn't great. So we'll see if this kind of defensive slugfest can kind of continue out of this timeout. Sydney Walker still serving. We get a sub here for the Hardrockers as number 24, Ivy Vindovich, checks in. Just playing outside. Stacked to the top of your screen here. Great serve out of the timeout. Sydney Walker again on fire, and this is huge momentum for the Mountain Lions. An ace right out of the gate. The Mountain Lions lead is now 3. Good pass there from Wickersham. A little confusion from the Hardrockers and 2 errors in a row. And now a 4-point lead. The freshman outside getting the job done. Mackenzie Ransom all over that cross shot. Walsh keeping that ball alive. Ooh, and that ball did come out with the side spin, so we're going to get our first setting error of the evening as a double is called on Joey Barella. Point to the Hardrockers. And we'll have Grimm check in and serve, and Curtis check in front row for the Hardrockers. They're looking to just climb back in. This is the latter part of the second set. Not a lot of chances left for the Hardrockers to dig into this 3-point lead. Bennis all over that tip. Walsh denied at the net. Another shot for her, though, on the step out. Oh, a little miscommunication. Walsh was expecting a quicker pace there. Step out and got the high ball instead. And that ball hits the ground. So another error for the Hardrockers, contributing to this lead late in set number 2 for the Mountain Lions. Mackenzie Ransom to serve. Good pass. Let's keep that in play. Emery with a good dig. Bennis with another dig all over the stat book. Great tip, and that ball just out of the reach of Ransom. Walsh gets the kill. She'll go back to serve after getting that one, and Larson will come in front row. Mountain Lions with front row setter. And a stack to the bottom of your screen. They have Geiger and Shockley available. Good pass there from Walker. Julia Geiger with a great adjustment on that. Going with the off speed, gets the tool off the block as that one goes wide of the court. So good side out there for the Mountain Lions, and Joey Barella back to serve. Shockley with another dig. Oh, the setter dump is out of bounds, and Mackenzie Ransom does the handstand to try to stay on her side of the court. Don't see that every day. But, it worked. Mountain Lions got the point. Good decision to let the ball go out of bounds. Good decision to not go under the net and do a handstand. Love to see it as we get the second and final timeout of set number 2 coming from South Dakota Mines. Lead's getting a little insurmountable here. We'll go into some replay. There it is. The ball's clearly out. There's the handstand. I don't know. I give that a 9 out of 10. That was pretty athletic. I might even call it graceful. See Mackenzie Ransom, too, smiling afterwards, and they're smiling on the bench. Julia Geiger and her just laughing it up. I can't say I've ever seen that before in all my years of volleyball, so I absolutely appreciate it. Here's a little Clyde action. We get some of these other UCCS teams in the building cheering on each other. Love the student team section as they've also been doing the magic finger hands on the serves here for the Mountain Lions. I think it's played into some of their service success. So if you want to credit anyone for all these service aces and this tough serving from the Mountain Lions, I say credit the men's cross country team here in the building and Clyde. So there's 9 aces right now for the Mountain Lions. It's got to be the magic fingers, I think. So out of that timeout, Mountain Lions looking to push to Joey Barella to serve. Magic fingers engaged. And that, of course, didn't work. It jinxed him. So side out for the Hardrockers. The timeout does work. Good job, coach. Metzger back to serve for the Hardrockers. This might be their last chance to really climb back into this one. Good pass here from Ransom. Shockingly denied at the net. Larson closing the seam. Combined with Jenna Curtis. And this block stat is just getting ridiculous. Coach Tara Hiddle for the Mountain Lions wants none of that. Calls a timeout right away. I don't know what to say. 3-point lead here for the Mountain Lions. Still in a good spot. But after what we saw in set number 1, the disparity is not as great as it was in set number 1. So, Hardrockers absolutely in a position where they can come back. This game, or excuse me, this set is really not over yet. So we'll see how the Mountain Lions come out of this timeout. If you joined us last weekend, they came out of a lot of timeouts with an adjustment to their service receive, to their personnel groupings. So that's definitely in play here. We'll see what coach does. And if Mountain Lions can get that side out they're looking for out of this timeout. All right, so Mountain Lions break this huddle. I do not see any personnel changes. Let's see how they fall out here in the serve receive. It looks like the same. They're not pushing anyone out of the way here. Metzger to serve. Emery with the smash. Ben is still over to cover it. Back out to Emery again. This time Grimm with the touch. Not enough though as Metzger lays out and is unable to corral it. Emery with the kill, and the Mountain Lions are looking at set point. Lauren Shockley to serve. On that one, sails deep. We get 2 service errors in a row here for the Mountain Lions. Got to serve tough. Look at the double sub here for the Hardrockers. So we'll see Vindovich continue to play front row in this part of the rotation. And Rachel Mao to play back row and serve. Mountain Lions just need 1 point. Back to Emery. Oh, huge swing. Great touch from Bennis to keep it alive, but Walker just taps it down. And there you have it, set number 2 in the books. We'll go 25-21 for the second set, and the Mountain Lions take a 2-0 lead. Great showing here for the Mountain Lions in the first 2 sets, see if they can carry that into a third. Always a little dangerous, as I feel like a lot of teams, when they have this kind of advantage, kind of come out flat in the second set. And those few points when you come out flat can be the difference. So hate to see them drop a set, but you never know. Hardrockers have been right there this whole time. All right, some replays from that second set. There's that huge block. Some diving digs. Medlin in the middle. She got dug twice there in this play from Metzger. Team unable to keep it up, though. There's Medlin again. I don't even know what to say about this one. They're just way to keep this one alive. A lot of one-handed stabs to keep it alive. Shockley with that off speed. Love to see that adjustment. There's that free ball from Gibson that she puts away. Emery with a hard swing off the right side. Great diving dig there from Dennis. She's just been all over the court tonight. Oh, and Ransom, the dive. A lot of action there. And then Sydney Walker with that big run from the service line. Getting a couple aces in the second set. Walsh with the tip. So deadly. And then, of course, my favorite play. Letting that one go in the handstand. That's still a dig. I know some people get really excited that as hitters, you know, you hit the player in the shoulder, in the chest region. But that's still a dig. That ball's up. You can play it. All right, so 2 sets down. At least one more to go. Mountain Lions up. Looking at some of these stats here, I'm still shocked by the 7 total blocks for the Hardrockers. I know I've been harping on it all night. They came in as a defensive team statistically. They continue to do that here tonight. But a 7 block to a 1 block difference between these two teams is pretty mighty. And somehow Mountain Lions have still stayed up on top. And that, of course, comes from the service line for the Mountain Lions. 9 aces for the Mountain Lions, 3 for the Hardrockers. I thought it would be, you know, maybe flipped, just with the service stats that we saw through the first 8 games and some of these leaders that they have in the RMAC here on this squad for the Hardrockers. They've still served tough in my opinion, but man, 9 aces for the Mountain Lions. So some disparities in play style between the blocks and the aces. But ultimately, Mountain Lions on top at this point. All right, so coming out in set number 3, the lineups remain the same for the Mountain Lions. No personnel changes. I suppose if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of mentality. We'll get Joey Barella to serve for the Mountain Lions in that first position. Hardrockers also, position number 1. They do keep that changeup. Gibson is out, and Ivy Vindovich is in. She'll pass this ball here. As Mione hits it into the pin, and the first point of set number 3 goes the way of the Mountain Lions. All right, Barella to serve again. Just opening parts here, set number 3. High ball outside. Gets the tool off the block. That's number 4, Jenna Curtis with the kill. And she'll be subbed out as Rachel Mao will check in and play back row and serve. And then we get these kind of mirrored lineups here for both teams. Similar serve receives, Mountain Lions turn. 2 ball there for Geiger. Great block. There's Vindovich and Larson combining on the block, and a great bench celebration. I gotta give the Hardrockers points for that one. Good dig there from Mao. Nice touch at the front of that there from Mione. Ransom covering the tip on the other side of the court, and Emery able to find the kill that time. Just a hard swing into the top of the block. Gets the job done. We'll go 2-2 here, and Shockley to serve for the Mountain Lions. Overpass, and Emery tees off and puts it away. That's motivation, a momentum building kind of point. Shockley to serve again. Great dig there from Barella. High ball to the right side for Emery. Mouths all over this one. Emery with the diving one-handed dig, and it's just a perfect pass. They can just run the offense off of it. And Sydney Walker hits that ball down the line, hits the corner. Great swing, just a great all-around play. Team effort there from the Mountain Lions to net that point. Oh, another overpass. Oh, Metzger is able, not quite to save it. And another point there for the Mountain Lions. A great serve from Shockley as she is able to rally off a few points here for her team. Geiger with a huge block in the middle. But ultimately, Larson getting the job done. 2 opportunities in a row, one off the block, another one over the block. And a kill for her. Hannah Bennis back to serve, the libero for the Hardrockers. Good touch there from Walsh. There's a net swinging, bouncing. Somebody wants a call as Walker sends the one out of bounds. And a point for the Hardrockers. Bennis to serve again. Mountain Lions have 3 hitters split here. Walker on the outside. Doesn't matter. Bennis puts this one in the tape. We'll get Nicole Medlin to check back in. Be front row for the Mountain Lions. Julia Geiger back to serve. 3 hitters for the Hardrockers. Mione with a big swing down the line. Hits Julia Geiger in the top of the head. Gets a little giggle out of her. Wickersham will check in to serve and play back row. The Mario punch from Walker. And Ivy Vindovich gets the kill. Just a little roll shot. Finds the side of the hand of the block. Down for the court. A smart swing there from Vindovich to get the kill. We're tied at 6. Shockley with a great pass here. A little miscommunication between the setter and the hitter there. Mountain Lions with another shot at it. Great dig there from Wickersham. Oh, and the line shot from Walker. Catching the defense off guard. Gets the kill. Point for the Mountain Lions. We'll see Emery check in. Go to serve for the Mountain Lions. Now a front row setter here for the Hardrockers, so watch out for any setter shenanigans. It's that deep float from Emery. Oh, right into the seam. She could not have served it better, and that service ace statistic just growing here for the Mountain Lions. We'll get a sub here for the Hardrockers as Rachel Mao will come out and Jenna Curtis will check in. And maybe just enough time, enough delay, not quite a timeout, but the substitution. Maybe that was just enough to force the service error there. Emery gives a smile. She knows she wants that one back. Emma Grimm on the other side of the court, serving for the Hardrockers. Front row hands now for the men as well, as Nicole Medlin powers that through the double block yet again. She's had quite the success doing that this evening. Just looking at the points leader for the game, Sydney Walker, our server, has 10.5 points right now, leading all players. Reagan Emery just behind her with 10 herself. As we see that tip from Walsh that's been so successful tonight, that one denied at the net. The points leaders on the Hardrockers side, we have Walsh with 7.5 and Mione with 7. Nice tough serve, an overpass, a joust at the net. Free ball here for the Mountain Lions. A setter dump denied as they're saying she's back row, I think, which is not true, or it had to have been a net violation. I'm a little confused. The signal by the ref was back row, but Joey Burrell is clearly front row. Still point to the Hardrockers, so. Oh, that might have been up. Doesn't matter, nobody else home. Nicole Medlin with another kill. Mountain Lions just a 3-point lead, looking to widen that. Walker with the dig here, out to Shockley. Curtis with a second chance. Denied by Barella at the net. Larson gets the off speed through and down for a kill. Hardrockers get the side out. Mione will check back in for the front row, which means Metzger will be back to serve for the Hardrockers. Mountain Lions still have front row setter. They're stacked to the top of the screen with Shockley and Geiger. Both teams really seem to have settled into a kind of groove here throughout the match. Metzger with a dig down the line, setter out. Mione with a high ball swing. She'll just roll it. Another setter out. Oh, and that ball's over. Not enough though. Walker with the big dig to keep the play alive. Diving stab by Curtis. Not enough. Shockley is able to put away that overpass. So a point for UCCS. They keep that 3-point lead after a couple of points are exchanged by the teams. And Joey Barella will serve. Mione with the big swing. Really tight. Oh. What? That's 4 hits. I don't know why they got 6 hits before they blew the whistle, but that was definitely 4 hits. Either call it as 4 when it happens. You're not helping anyone's understanding with the delay there. As we get a substitution, Rachel Mao checks in back row, and Ivy Vinovich for the front row. Another pseudo timeout here, as we still get the. We have the floor captain, Joey Barella, talking to the up ref about this call that was made. It was a little delayed, so understandable confusion. So you get to play telegraph here. Some archaic volleyball rules here where only the floor captain can talk to the up ref, not the coach, just the floor captain. You're not going to, change the outcome of the point. I think it's really just try to establish the disagreement that you have with the call for, future whistles. All right, so out of that pseudo timeout, Mao to serve, 3 hitters for the Mountain Lions, back row hands. Tough pass there for Walker. Bennis with the dig. And a great swing from Larson to put it away. And the Hardrockers with the opportunity to come back into this one. Just 1 point away from tying it up now. Another tough serve. High ball out to Emery. Denied at the net. Mione and Larson for the Hardrockers, getting the block. And that's exactly what the Hardrockers want. Tough serve, get you out of system, force those high balls. Pines get that side out after they gave up that little run. Shockley back to serve. Just want to shout out real quick these dig leaders. Bennett with 18 on the game. Ransom on the other side leading players with 13 as UCCS sees an eighth there from Lauren Shockley. So we get to see the strengths of both teams tonight there, mirrored, right, or back-to-back, I should say. A big block for the Hardrockers off a tough serve, and then an ace for the Mountain Lions. Another dig there for Ransom, keeping this play alive. Barella gets in on the action. Free ball here for the Hardrockers. Good touch there from Emery. High ball out to Walker. Denied at the net. Ransom covers that tip. Walker finds that deep corner. Coach for the Hardrockers is upset. She wants a double call on that one-handed pushover from Sydney Walker. And so now we'll get the Hardrockers doing the same thing Mountain Lions did, right? They have their floor captain, which is their setter, talking to the up ref about the call that they wanted that they didn't get. So back to playing telegraph here. This is one of the most ridiculous parts about volleyball, if I can say that. You don't need to play this game of telephone every time you question a call. It takes too much time. Anywho, Shockley to serve. And Mione finds that deep corner. So hard to stop that from Mountain Lions side. When you hit the ball into the deep corner on the far side, your defense is usually not set up there. Nobody home. Good swing there from Mione. Nice stab from Bennis. Keep this one alive. Oh, and then a hitting error. Mountain Lions get the side out, and they'll maintain that three-point lead. We go back and forth, both teams with a couple of little runs here. Julia Geiger to serve for the Mountain Lions. Nicole Medlin back in the front row. Geiger with the short serve, taken by Walsh. Back to Mione. Great dig from Shockley. High ball out to Walker. She puts that one in the tape. She's had a ton of success with that line shot. That one she just seemed to miss. Goes off her wrist and into the net. Wickersham comes in to serve for the Hardrockers. Back and forth we go here. And once again, just like set number 2, this one moving at a tight clip. Both teams scoring points, getting some stuff done. Nobody calling a timeout. So we see Mao with the dig there. Middle in transition. Hits it long, though. Point for the Mountain Lions. Now, that was a situation that I think the Hardrockers absolutely wanted. They got that tough serve, had a high ball swing off the right side, but they didn't get the point they wanted. But that's the play that they're looking for. They want those opportunities, and they got it, just unable to capitalize. Of course, as soon as I mentioned the timeout, we get one. Hardrockers calling this one. Still just the same amount of lead, just we're deeper into the games, trying to reset that momentum and stay in this one. See Coach just talking to her players on the floor here, leaving everybody on the bench. That to me just means situational volleyball, right? They're talking about, this is the play we're going to run out of the timeout. These are the things that we need to focus on. Hey, our scouting report said, I don't know, this person hits angle a lot. We've seen that all game. We need to really focus on that angle. Let's go get it. So not a long timeout here for the Hardrockers. They're already back on the court. She only talked to the players on the court. They already broke the huddle. They still had half the timeout left. So just really like a thought she had a free swing. Joey Barella just denied her at the net. Emery to serve again. The setter dump works. Metzger keeping the Mountain Lions on their toes. Now we'll see Emma Grimm and Jenna Curtis check in for the Hardrockers. Mountain Lions have front hands stacked to the top of the screen. And Medlin again powers it through the double block. This time behind the setter on that step out. She continues to find success. Sydney Walker there on your screen, back to serve. She's seeing a ton of success from the service line here tonight. See if she can continue that. Right on cue. Really tough serve, but Hardrockers with an even better play. The one-handed set from Metzger out to Curtis, gets the tool off the block. And we'll get Kira Walsh here to serve for the Hardrockers. Looking to dig into this three-point lead of the Mountain Lions. Big swing from Shockley. Hits hard into the cross, going right after the middle blocker in the back row. Good swing from her, and a point for the Mountain Lions. Mackenzie Ransom, the serve. What a great swing from Jenna Curtis, hitting that ball over her shoulder and down the line around the block. A really heads-up play from her, and a point that her team really needed to stay alive here at set number 3. All right, here's Metzger from the service line, which means Mione is back in the game, playing front row. Good up here from Benes. Oh, Joey Burrell was able to get the blockers to bite. That was just too low for Geiger to get a proper swing off on it, and she puts that one in the tape. Now just a 2-point game. Good serve there from Metzger, keeping that pass off the net, keeping the Mountain Lions out of system. There's the pass Mountain Lions we're looking for. Out to Shockley. Tonight at the net. Oh, and then that ball just kind of stuck in the net there for the Mountain Lions, and we are now at a 1-point game and a timeout for the Mountain Lions. This is the closest we've been at this point tonight. Set number 1 and 2, similar situations where the Mountain Lions seems like they're in control, some back and forth, but the lead really staying around 2 to 3 points. But then when we get to this point where the Mountain Lions have to call a timeout as we get this late set surge from the Hardrockers, it's been a bigger gap. Not the case here in set number 3. The Hardrockers able to execute here in set number 3 to keep this one much closer. We just have a 1-point set at this point, and the Mountain Lions are put in a position they haven't been in tonight. So while they've been serving excellently all night, that lead that they've had in that category is tremendous, and it's still here true for just the 3rd set. We have 3 aces here for the Mountain Lions. The Mountain Lions are hitting, in just the 3rd set, they're hitting at 0.91, which is below their percentage for the match overall. So not hitting as efficiently, and the Hardrockers really establishing that defense that gave them so much success through their first 8 matches. So here we are out of the timeout. Metzger with the serve. Oh boy. That's a double there from Grimm as she was trying to set Mione on the right side. And that's how we'll get the side out here for the Mountain Lions. That's the point they were looking for. Joey Barella to serve for them. And a big swing from Curtis to keep this back and forth going. Double sub for the Hardrockers. Mao checks in. Vindovich checks in. Still a 1-point game. The most tension we've really had all night here in the third set. Hardrockers back up against the wall. They need this set. Mione with the swing. Shockley with the touch. Out to Emery. And she gets the big swing. That's a huge point there for the Mountain Lions to keep this lead going. Keep this back and forth. As long as the Mountain Lions side out, they will win the game, win the match. But if the Hardrockers can find a way to get another point, they'll be in some trouble. Shockley with the serve. She's had a ton of success from the service line tonight. Good pass there from Bennis. Back to Mione. She puts that one away. And Hannah Bennis will go back to serve. This set really just on the edge of the knife here. And that's what the Hardrockers were looking for. Tough serve from Bennis. Gets the overpass. Kill from Walsh. And we are all tied up just like that. Great dig here from Bennis. Coverage here from Emery. Out to Walker. She puts it away in the far corner. A huge point for the Mountain Lions. Hardrockers are in this one, though. We might get to deuce at this point. Mountain Lions need a big point to close it out. And it's, you know, the volleyball equivalent of regulation time. Geiger to serve. Great tough serve here from Geiger. High ball out to Vinovich. And gets the tool off the block. Wickersham checks in for the Hardrockers. We are effectively in the deuce situation almost, right? Like, it might play out that way. It might not. Great dig from Bennis. Just over, though. Walker with the swipe to the outside. Gets the points. And this is it for the Mountain Lions. This is their one shot to close this out in regulation. They need this point to close it out. Hardrockers, of course, need it to stay alive and fight for another set. And so, of course, both teams have one timeout here. Advantage Mountain Lions, so they're not going to call it. Hardrockers with their second and final timeout of the set. This is about as close as you can get in volleyball for this kind of situation. So, very excited to have it. Love volleyball. I also just want to add, great atmosphere for a Thursday night here in the Gallogly Event Center. Love the support from the student body and the other UCCS teams. I just want to harp on these digs again. Hannah Bennis has 22 digs right now. We've only had 3 sets. She's all over the place. That's a ton of digs, which I guess goes to show why she's currently third in the RMAC with just under 5 digs per set. Well over that number here tonight. She has 22. They'll definitely need her here as they need this point. Hardrockers looking to side out. Front row setter, 2 hitters stacked to the bottom of your screen. Reagan Emery to serve. Walsh with the tip. Mountain Lions cover it. High ball out to Walker. Oh, just through the hands there, but that is the point. The Mountain Lions needed to keep it in regulation, and that is going to close this out. 3-0. Third set got a little hairy there, but still able to close it out in regulation in 3 sets. And the Mountain Lions with a big home win here in their first conference play facing an RMAC opponent. Great showing here from the Mountain Lions. Really that dominance from the service line. bit unexpected, but very welcome, and really the story here tonight is the serve receive for the Hardrockers, just unable to handle that service from the Mountain Lions. Just look at some of these stats. Sydney Walker with 4 aces, Lauren Shockley with 4 aces, Reagan Emery with 2, Julia Geiger with 2. That's just excellent numbers for a team. If they just had one of those players with those kind of numbers, they would be looking really good. They had a lot. As we get into some final replays, big block there from Larson and Vindovich for the point. Ransom with a diving play here to keep it alive, and Walker with the kill down the line. High ball out to Mione. Diving, one-handed, perfect pass from Ransom. Walker again finding that high line corner. There's that bullet that Mione put down the line for the point. And then Walker again. That's 3 highlights in a row of her hitting that spot and getting a kill. And then the ace from Emery right between 2 players. And then Nicole Medlin powering it through that block on that highlight. Shockley with a tip into the swipe for the point. And then the big block here for the Hardrockers on the outside. How Mackenzie Ransom stayed under the net there is just a marvel. As Sydney Walker gets another kill in the corner. Mione with a big swing in the seam, finding that deep corner. And then Walsh with that hit out. Going back to her though, hit crossbody. Dug in the big block from Joey Brilla on the overpass. Got to have a setter dump in there somewhere. It's going to work eventually. Shockley with the big cross-court swing for the kill. And then this one that just gets kind of stuck in the net. Ooh, and the swipe here from Walker to put it away. And then there's that line shot. That's the one that it just was working so well. Once again, just a great showing from the Mountain Lions. You see them celebrate there. Big win for them. Join us again tomorrow nights as we're here again at 6 o'clock for another volleyball game. Thank you for your support. Huge shout out to you, camera crew, the producer. We love to have your cameras here instead of our one static camera and my disembodied voice over the stream. So really appreciate you guys. That's it for us. Thank you and good night.